Hi again, my name is Janice and today I'm going to show you guys some new stamps and stencils called the Blossoming Bouquet from Tonic Studios. These are just really cute. I love floral things, and in addition to the different types of flowers that you can get, you also have this line of butterflies. Lots of sentiments on here that you can actually use together or separate. This one says, always, for being you, thank you for everything, make today amazing, thinking of you, by your side, here for you, and a friendship like ours is rare to find. And then there's also some loose flowers right here, some leaves, and then different decorations that you can add. So let me go ahead and show you the stencils. Here is one, and I'll just put it behind this paper so you can see it better. You can see the roses, the leaf trail, and then we got these. I think they're daisies, I want to say. And if you notice how it goes like this, if you do this stencil first, you can actually layer the flowers right inside and it'll look like a diagonal piece. The next one is this one. And you can see they go together. You'll do this part first and then you'll add the detail right on top of that. And now this one, it's a little dirty, so try to ignore that. I forgot to wipe it off completely, so it got a little hard, and then I think it stained it, but it still works great. These are going to be lilies, so it's a 3-piece set. This will be the base. And then this will be more of the details, and you can see the stems right here. And then these will actually pop out of here. So when you receive it, it'll actually have them inside and you just pop them out. This will be for the detail on the inside. And let me go ahead and show you just a few that I made. And I will show like a few different techniques just in case you wanted to know, or just for fun. This is one of the ones I made. And what I did the ink first, then I did the clear mark embossing, and then put some of the shimmer powder, or the embossing powder, in gold. And I had to, I guess they call it fussy cut. I had to fussy cut all of this, but I think it still came out really good. And then the next one I wanted to show you was this one. It's probably my favorite, and it's probably going to be the one that I show you the full way through on how to kind of recreate this one. And then I'll also show you the technique that I used for this. I probably won't make it into a full card, but just in case you were wondering. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So go ahead and grab some white paper. I'm going to use my leftover bright white just because we're going to be cutting out the pieces, so it doesn't matter if the whole sheet looks like this or not. And that way we don't waste any of our papers. And then go ahead and get your stencils ready. We're going to do the bottom one first. Now with this, you can use any black marker that you have. What we're going to do is trace it onto the paper, and if you don't want it to move, you can actually just use some washi tape and then just stick it down. Make sure you can see this. Sometimes I forget that this has to be inside the camera so that you guys can see and not just me. We're pretty much going to be doing the same thing for all 3 of these flowers. The good thing is when you tape it down, I don't know if you saw that, but when I moved my hand, the paper moved. So the stencil still stayed in place. And don't worry if you mess up. It'll still look nice. I'm going to be using alcohol markers in this. And I'll show you some techniques I use for blending. I am by no means a professional, but watch a lot of YouTube videos and other people do it, and I think I got the gist of it. Alright, first one's done. You can reuse the tape for the next piece. This one is my messy piece. This is the one shows really good. This is the one I left my mousse on. I usually do a deep clean of my products like once every few weeks. So I'll probably get like an old toothbrush or something and just gently scrub it to get the rest of that off. And just do the same thing. We're just going to trace these on there. Make sure it stays inside the base. The first one we did. And in case you are wondering, yes, we will be cutting these out. I wonder who came up with the name Fussy Cutting, because I think it's really funny. Funny and cute. I have to actually quickly do this video because I will be picking up my kids in about an hour, and I'm hoping takes less time than that to finish this. Of course, I'll edit it so it's not like a full hour for you guys, but for me, it's gonna take a minute. And if you miss the alignment on it, you can move it for every flower just to line it all up. Whatever is more comfortable. So I just finished tracing this. What we're going to do is go ahead and take this off. Save that tape if you're able to. You should have this. And we're not going to use these pieces yet. I'm going to show you what to do with this after it's all been colored, before we cut it out. All right. And I am going to tape this just to the bottom of my mat. If you don't have a glass mat also, if your paper is thin or whatnot, you can place another paper under it if you use alcohol markers, because they will saturate through. But I have a cardstock, so it should be fine. And let's see. The colors that I'm going to be using for the flowers, it's going to be a combination of these four. I have the Fresh Watermelon, the Delicate Rose, Paradise Pink, and Pink Lady. Sometimes I forget, even with the lid, sometimes I still like mark them down because they come out just a little bit different. And that's so I can remember which one I'm going to do first. So we'll go lightest to darkest. I think that one's the next one. All right. what I'm gonna do, let's see, I'm gonna start on the big flower. You can start on any one. It's most likely gonna be the same technique on all of them. Just realized before we do that, this is actually a petal, so if you want to close that off, go ahead and do that, and then you can see it's like folded in. All right, back to this. Go ahead and get your lightest color, and that can be the center. Don't worry about like following the lines. It doesn't have to be perfect. You can go outside the lines. And also, if you wanted to use like a light color to trace this, that probably would have actually been a lot better. I'll just show you some blending on one of the leaves, and then I'll come back as soon as I'm done with the rest of the flower. I don't know why I said leaf. I meant petal. And let's see. Do I want to go light to dark? Let's do dark. Do the dark first. And I am right next to my bedroom window, and my husband just got home for lunch. So if I randomly stop this video, that's why. There's the Paradise Pink. Uh-oh. If you can hear that, yes, that is my husband's car alarm. I'm pretty sure he's struggling to look for his keys right now. Oh my god. I'm so sorry if you have to hear this. Hopefully I'm just talking to myself and you don't hear anything, but if you do, my apologies. And I don't know if you're noticing, but on the dark, all I'm doing is just going back over this where that harsh line is until it looks like it's already blended. Yay, he turned it off. I'll go to the next one. And we'll do the same thing right at that line. Just gonna go back and forth until it looks like it's like an ombre. If you want to color up there too, just to change the color to match this some more, totally up to you. I'll stop right about there. The lightest color, going with this. Same thing. Go back and forth on that harsh line until it is blended. And we'll do that on all the leaves, and I'll come back as soon as I'm done with this first flower. So I'm back. And this is what I did. You can change the colors too. You can go from dark to light. That's probably what I'll do on one of these, and then I'll just do like a light flower. Let's see, I'll probably just use these two, the Pink Lady and the Delicate Rose. And I'll probably do the same thing, dark on the ends of the petals and then light in the middle. And I fixed this. I don't know if you guys saw that or not, and you're like, oh my gosh, you forgot to trace it. I noticed and fixed it. And I'll come back when I'm done with the other petals. Before I finish this flower, I'm going to use this blender pen just to keep the inside white. So I'm just going around. It's the same thing. Just color on the lighter pink until you get that smooth blending done. You can actually use the blender on the color part too. I just like using the same marker that I already have. I think that one is done. And then we'll go ahead and color this one. I'll probably do dark to light. Next we'll move on to the leaves, and I'm probably going to use a combination of Persian Lime, Vine Leaf, and Pea Pod. Oh, before I do that, let's go ahead and close this off because this is actually like a petal. And I put lines on the other one, so I'll probably do the same right here. Since it goes in this direction, we'll just... It doesn't have to be super dark. Okay. And I'll start with, I think the Vine Leaf is the darkest. Yes. Like I said, I am not an expert. It was just what I saw and did on my other one. Alright, and then go ahead and color the other leaves and stems as well. Once all that is done, go ahead and set all these aside. And we're going to go ahead and use the same paper, and I'm going to stamp on the butterflies because we're going to cut out maybe like 2 or 3. Now for the butterflies, oops, sorry, I dropped my stamp, my stamp block. Okay, anyways, these are the colors that I'm going to be using. I'm using Black Smoke. It's kind of like a really dark gray, Spiced Orange, Butternut Squash, and Lemon Drops. So, I like Monarch Butterflies, so we'll just mimic that. Just on the outlines, we'll color in with gray, and it's toward the edges, and I'll move my hand so you guys can see too when I'm done. Just around the top, middle, and bottom edges. And then you can do that to all of them. You don't have to do the same butterfly. I just really like the pops of color. Okay, and then we'll start with the wings. We're gonna get our orange and just kind of circle it around. Don't worry about the lines. We do that to all of it. Make sure you leave some white. That's where our yellow is gonna go. You don't have to use both of these, but I'll show you what it looks like. darker yellow. Just gonna close it in some and blend it. And from here, you can use a white gel pen. If you have a really thin paintbrush, you can use white paint. And what we're going to do is just put some white dots on the outside, just like a Monarch would have. It could be anywhere. It doesn't have to be exactly where I put it. And a little extra detail. I'm going to use the Aqua Shimmer and Midas Touch, and let me go ahead and shake it so I can get all of the product spread evenly, and basically gives me that shimmering gold. I like to put that on the orange and the yellow part, so then when the light hits, it has some gold on it. Really like this. It's just a subtle detail, but it makes such a difference. Okay, and the next thing we're gonna do is cut it all out. So I'll come back when I have all of these cut out. So I went ahead and cut everything out. From here, we are going to put this on a darker paper, or if you did want to do a lighter color, you could. It'll just be like the background color to these. And you can use a scratch leftover black or whatever color you have. I'm going to do black, and we're going to glue all of these to the sheet and then cut them back out again. Alright. So I'm back. I already cut everything out. This is what you should get. We can set these pieces aside and just keep the flowers out. And we're going to get the rest of the stencils. And okay, we're going to tape down the flowers. Probably only have to do one piece of tape to hold it. And as you can see, I had to do an outfit change. I thought I would make it before my kids got out of school, but I did not. So I had to go get them, and it was a little bit cold, so I put on my sweater. Early winter weather. Let's see. For this one, you don't have to tape it everywhere because it's large enough. If you use any embellishment mousse, it'll kind of stay in one area. I'm going to use the chalk mousse for the middle part. Just going to cover these little spots so it doesn't go through. tape this all around. I'm going to do the same for the little one. So I have the top piece. Probably won't need too much. I'm gonna scrape from the top to the bottom just because it has these little pieces so it doesn't accidentally get under it. Just spread it on there until you like the coverage. And do this for all of them. Oops. And lift these pieces off. Do it carefully so nothing moves. Close call. You see it's like 3D. I went ahead and cut out about a 5x7 piece of paper that I plan on using as the background. Making sure that is a good choice. And then go ahead and clear everything off. Whoa, I am dropping everything today. We're gonna get the sparkle spray. And then we're going to use that. Make sure you shake it up. I'm going to get the sparkle spray in cream gold. Make sure you shake it before you use it. And I'm just going to probably do just one spritz. I'm going to let that dry. While that's drying, go ahead and get some foam tape. I'm just going to use the small ones for the flowers. I plan on just gluing the stems to the paper. And while that's drying, I'm just going to put these on. Some glue on my finger. You don't have to put too many, it sticks really well. Next flower. The last flower, I'm just gonna do some in the middle. And then go ahead and peel this top layer off. We're gonna double it up. This is gonna be more closer than the other ones. Just put it right on top. you don't have foam, you can get a few pieces of paper and layer it up with some glue, and that'll work just as well. You probably just do it like a square. And then before we glue it down, I'm just going to put it on here so I know where to put the stems. Set those aside. Get your stamp block. Stamp block and your clear mark embossing pad. And then we're going to pick out a sentiment, and we're just going to put it right here. Since we're using 3 butterflies, how about we do always by your side? I feel like that's a cute little saying. Check on placement again so I don't get in the wrong spot. That's why I don't glue those down, because I still got to do this, and I think right about here. Looks good. I'm just going to go in with the gold enchantment. Oh, leave that open. Alright, and I'm going to heat set this, and I'll be right back. Is this always by your side? Now we can go ahead and place the flowers on. Alright, and this is what you should have. Then we're going to get our butterflies. And slowly curve it. You can even fold it in half some, just to make it look like it's real. Okay, and on this, we're just gonna glue just the middle part. And let me see. Probably do something like that. I'm gonna go in and add some more of the Midas touch on the butterflies. I'm going to use some of the fruit cocktail dream drops on the ends of this. Because I just like glitter so much, I'm going to get some of the white blizzard and I'm just going to put it over the white. Make it a little sparkly. Once that's dry, you can just place it on a 5x7 card and that'll be the front of your card. And I want to move on and show you that one technique that was similar to this one. Just how I was able to do the gold embossing on here with it colored. Go ahead and get some of your white paper. I actually have some already cut out down to size. I won't be making a full card with this. I'm just going to be showing you the technique that I do. Now with this, it's better to have a stamp platform or like the Misty. If you don't have that, that's fine. You can still use a block, but basically what we're going to be doing is transferring the image onto the paper in black, coloring it, and then on top of it, in the same parts of the black, we're going to put the gold embossing. Let me go ahead and show you. Alright, the next thing was to show you the other technique. Let me grab it real quick. On how I did the embossing on the stamp. The best thing to use is like a stamp platform. If you don't have one, you can still use an acrylic block, but you might have to do a few tries. I actually have this one, so I'm going to use this. And what you want to do is put it in the bottom corner and go ahead and keep it from moving. I'm going to place this how we want it on the paper. I'm just going to have it angled so you're able to see it. And your paper stays here, so even when you color it, it's going to stay. Go ahead and get your black ink. I'm just going to put ink on this. And this is actually just something I learned from watching a fellow crafter, and I cannot remember her name. But it was on Pinterest, and I thought it was just brilliant. Push that down really well. Lift up. Okay, and then we're just going to color. After you're done coloring, go ahead and put on your clear mark on the stamp. Make sure you have your gold embossing powder close by. Same thing. Sprinkle it on. This is before putting heat to it. And this is after. Alright you guys, we just finished and I wanted to show you a better view of what was created. Alright, I think that's all. Just wanted to say thank you for watching and I'll see you next time. Bye!